When working with type in InDesign, one of the most crucial elements to consider is the font you choose for your text. Adobe InDesign offers a wide range of features to help you select and work with fonts effortlessly, including seamless integration with Adobe Fonts, advanced font previews, and simple tools for switching between styles and weights. Fonts aren't just about text, they're a core part of a design and play a huge role in making your designs perfect. In the last video, we focused heavily on text formatting. So in this video, we're taking the next step to look at the features InDesign offers to work with fonts. So let's explore fonts in InDesign and see how to make the most of your type choices for powerful professional designs. So to get hands-on with fonts in InDesign, let's jump into this worksheet. This document can be found in the downloadable folder that comes with this course. This download folder comes with multiple projects and a ton of assets and resources we'll be using in this course. You can find the link to acquire the folder from the description. With the download folder open, click into folder 2, Practice Files, and open the Practice Worksheets InDesign file. If we scroll down to page 2, we can see a variety of worksheets. For this video, we are going to look at the Fonts worksheet. So with the selection tool, I'll select the Working with Fonts thumbnail. Now I'll either come to the Links panel and click Edit Original, or I'll hold Alt on the keyboard and double click on the worksheet thumbnail, and the worksheet will open up in its own document. So here in this worksheet, you can see what we are going to cover. And below we have a sample document, which we will be referring back to shortly. And if we come to the second spread, we can see what we are going to be focusing on in this video. So the first thing to keep in mind when working with fonts in InDesign is missing fonts. One of the most common instances that will occur when opening documents, especially from other people, is to get the message that a font is missing. If you open a document and you do not have the fonts installed, the first thing you will be greeted with is a missing font alert. From this alert, you can do one of two things. You can attempt to replace the font, or you can just skip. For now, if you're following along and you see this message, just hit the skip button. When working with a document in InDesign with a missing font, in normal mode, you will see the text highlighted in pink. As I scroll through this document, here you can see some issues I'm having where I don't have the font installed. For this document, and throughout this course, we're going to be using a range of fonts. If you have not already downloaded all the fonts for this course, these are free fonts that you can acquire online. To get these fonts, I would recommend you check out the course fonts page on the course PDF document. This is a list of all the fonts that we are going to be using in this course and where to get them. Simply click the links and these will take you straight to where you can download them. If you ever see this message, the first thing you're going to need to do is install the fonts. So before continuing on with this episode, be sure to get the fonts and install them. Simply close this document, install the fonts, open it back up again, and you should be able to follow along just fine. And now I have the fonts installed and there is no more issues in this document. So when working with fonts in InDesign, there are two key panels you want to pay close attention to: the character panel and the control panel. If you cannot see these panels, you can come up to Window and click on Control or into Type and select Character. I like to keep my control panel at the top of my screen and my character panel in the bottom right. So an important feature to keep in mind when working with fonts in InDesign is your default font. So if I just create a new document real quick and create a simple text block and enter in some type, I'll add in Hello World. In this instance, my default font is set to Minion Pro at a size of 12. Now this may be different for you, but whatever the case, if you want to change the default font that is set when you create a new document, simply close all your documents, then come up to Type, across to Font, then choose your preferred font. You can also set the size here. Now the next time you create a document and add a text frame, you will see your new font applied. Easy. The next thing to keep in mind when working with fonts is previewing. In Adobe InDesign, the font preview feature allows you to see how different fonts will work in your text before making a selection, helping you make quick and informed font choices. So in the worksheet, with the Type tool, let's click to select the first text sample. Then if we come up to the control panel or into the control panel and click on the font drop-down menu, as you hover over each font name, a live preview will automatically update in your selected text, allowing you to see how each option will appear in real time. Notice at the top of the font choice, you have several options here. From the far left, you can click to filter fonts by characteristic, which can help you narrow down your search. Notice as you check these, your font choices will change in the selection bar. Next to this, you have the favorites. From here, you can select any font you may have highlighted as your favorite previously. Next to this, you have recently added. This can be good to go to help locate a font you have recently installed and used. Next to this, you have activated fonts. Here is a list of all the Adobe fonts you have installed. Next to this, you can click a drop down to select what preview text is displayed, and on the far right, you can click to change the size of the preview. The preview feature is particularly useful when designing, as it allows you to experiment with various font styles, weights, and looks without needing to apply each one individually. This can speed up the creative process, enabling you to quickly try different fonts until you find the best match for your design's tone and aesthetic. By previewing fonts, you can ensure that your choice aligns with the overall feel of your layout, whether you're aiming for readability, elegance, or impact. Another quick tip, as well as scrolling through the list, you can also type directly into the font search bar to filter fonts by name, which can help speed up your process. So next we have font families. Now, a font family is a group of related typefaces that share a consistent design but vary in weight, style, or width, such as regular, bold, italic, or light. In InDesign, font families allow you to create cohesive and versatile typographic style by using different variations within the same family, which helps maintain consistency across your design. If we come and select the text in the typoed frame, we have 7 lines of text. If we select the middle, come to the control panel or into the character panel and click on the drop-down menu under the font name, we will see any available fonts in the family. Here we can see extra thin all the way through to black. Here you may use bold for headlines, regular for body text, and italic for emphasis within the same font family. This flexibility makes font families ideal for developing a clear visual hierarchy, guiding readers through your layout with subtle but effective differences in style that still feel unified and professional. So when using fonts, be sure to check out the families dropdown. Now, another useful feature to keep in mind is find and replace font. If you have a document with a missing font or you just want to change it, you can come up to type, scroll down to find replace font. Upon click, up will pop a menu which will tell you how many fonts are in your document with a list of them below. Here you can select a font from the top box and choose a font below from the menu to replace. For example, down in this text frame, I have some text set to the font Base New Bold. Here I'll select on Base New Bold in the list above. Down below, I'll click the drop down and look for the font called Made Tommy Soft. Choose medium from this font style, then click Change All, click Done, and that will change the font. Easy. So next comes a feature that is huge in Adobe InDesign, and that is Adobe Fonts. Adobe Fonts is a vast library of high-quality licensed fonts that are available to Adobe Creative Cloud subscribers. With Adobe Fonts, you can browse, activate, and use thousands of fonts directly within InDesign and other applications like Illustrator and Photoshop. In InDesign, Adobe Fonts integrates seamlessly, allowing you to activate fonts instantly without needing to download or install them manually. Once a font is activated in Adobe Fonts, it becomes immediately available across all Creative Cloud applications, so you can use it in InDesign, Photoshop, Illustrator, and more without needing to instantly install manually. This integration simplifies font management and makes it easy to maintain consistency across projects, especially in collaborative settings. If you share an InDesign file, anyone with a Creative Cloud subscription can automatically sync the fonts, ensuring your design displays exactly as intended, regardless of who opens the file. Also, if you use multiple computers, you can sync one font on one computer and open up a document and use it on another. So working with Adobe Fonts in a document is easy, and there are 2 ways you can go about selecting and applying Adobe Fonts. The first option is to work with Adobe Fonts directly in an InDesign document. So let's come and select this piece of text on the second page, then come up to the font selection in either the control panel or the character panel. From the drop down, you will see an option here, Find More. If you click this, a new list will appear, and this represents Adobe Fonts. Here we can scroll down the list and preview Adobe Fonts in real time. Remember, you can also use the filters here across the top, where you can filter by style and also view the Adobe fonts you already have installed. Now, as you scroll down and hover your mouse over a font, you will see icons on the left. We have an icon to show similar fonts, an icon to add favorites, and an icon to activate. The icon to activate is a cloud, and if you already have a font installed, you will have a tick present. For this example, I'm going to go with a font I don't have installed. So I'll click on Adobe and click to activate. If done correctly, you will see an icon appear saying activating, and after a few minutes, the font will be installed and I can now start working with it with no problem. Here you can come into the font selection, type the name, you'll be able to find it, work with it and select any other fonts in the family. Nice. So the second way to work with Adobe Fonts is to find and install them directly from the Adobe website. Now if we come and select some type, again we can come up to the font drop-down, click on Find More, and as we scroll down, instead of clicking the Activate button on the right, if we hover the mouse over the font name, we can see an information symbol. By clicking this, the web browser will open and show us the font on the Adobe website. As well as searching for fonts inside InDesign, you can also search for fonts on the Adobe website. Personally, I prefer exploring Adobe Fonts this way, as it's a little more visual, where you can navigate and preview the fonts more easily. If you click on Browse All in the menu, you'll come to the home page. Here you'll be able to select through a bunch of fonts, changing the criteria on the left. On the website, you can also choose a font directly. I'll come up to the top search field and type in the font name. I'll type Buffo, and when you click on the search result, it will take you directly to the font page. Here is where you can look at the complete font family at a glance and observe the characteristics and styles of the font. If you like the font, you can then come up to the top right and click the button to Add Family. By clicking this, the font will then become available in your Adobe apps. And after a few more minutes, the font will download and install. Back into InDesign, I can select the text, come up to the control panel or into the character panel, type in the name, and use the font with no problems. Nice. So those are two ways you can work with Adobe Fonts in InDesign when creating a document, either in InDesign or on the website. Now, a key feature of using Adobe Fonts is that it makes sharing and collaborating a document easy and seamless. When you use Adobe Fonts, if you send an InDesign file to someone else and they have an Adobe account, they won't need to hunt down missing fonts. If one opens a document in InDesign, Adobe Fonts will quickly sync any missing fonts they don't have activated, provided they also have a Creative Cloud subscription. This feature is especially valuable for collaborative or team projects, ensuring that documents retain consistent font styles without the risk of missing fonts disrupting your layout. This Adobe Fonts integration reduces issues with compatibility, making it a powerful tool for design teams and project sharing. So if we come up to the top spread, below I have a sample document. If you click the document thumbnail, either come to the links panel and click Edit Original, or I'll hold Alt on the keyboard and double click on the worksheet thumbnail, up will pop the sample document. So if you're watching this video, you have an Adobe account and you do not have the fonts installed, you will see a message appear indicating the Adobe fonts contained. From here, you can either replace the font, skip, or activate it. By hitting the Activate button, you will attempt to sync the fonts, and after a few minutes, the font should be available to use. Now, you may also be greeted with a message to auto-activate fonts. You can either skip or, like me, set this to enable automatically. So moving on to some more features in InDesign, another feature you should keep in mind is the Find Similar Fonts feature. This feature helps you locate fonts that resemble the one you're currently using or considering. This feature is especially useful when you want to explore variations of a specific style or need an alternative font with a similar look. So let's select some example text in the bottom type frame on the second page. With it selected, come up to the control panel or into the character panel, click the drop down for the font name, and over on the far right, we'll see these three icons. This time, let's click the first icon, which is to find similar fonts. Upon click, InDesign will display a list of fonts from Adobe Fonts and any installed fonts that share similar characteristics like weight, style, or proportion. You can then scroll through and preview these options directly in your design, making it easy to try out alternatives without disrupting your workflow. This feature is particularly useful for refining font choices and finding complementary styles, saving you time when curating typography for a cohesive design. So while we're on the topic of finding similar fonts, another cool feature that you should be aware of is finding a font from an image. Now, this is not a feature directly done in InDesign, but while we're on the topic of Adobe Fonts, there is another feature you can use. So if we come up to the top spread, below I have an image sample here. If you click the document thumbnail, come to the links panel, here we can right click and reveal in Finder. So here I have a screenshot of a font sample that I have found that I would like to find a font similar. Back to the Adobe Font website, up in the search criteria, you have an image icon. Here we can click and drag the image from the Finder into the search field, and Adobe will recognize this as an image and attempt to scan this image to recommend some similar fonts. By clicking through the steps, you will be greeted with some results that you can install and use inside your InDesign document. Nice. Now, another feature to keep in mind is Preflight. As demonstrated at the start of this video, a common issue that can occur when using InDesign documents is missing fonts. When working in InDesign and working with typography, it would really help to keep an eye on the Preflight status bar. This status bar can help manage fonts by alerting you to missing, unlicensed or unlinked fonts, which is crucial before finalizing a design for print or sharing. At the bottom of the interface, here you will see the Preflight status. If a font is missing, you will see an error. If we double click this, the Preflight panel will open. In here, you can drop down and see the issues that are occurring. In this instance, I can see that some of my fonts are missing. So remember to keep an eye on the Preflight status, as this can give you a good oversight of your document to make sure that you're not missing any fonts. So the last feature to keep in mind is packaging. Earlier in this video, we learned about the benefit of using Adobe Fonts and how designers using Adobe Fonts can easily share documents and synchronize fonts. But what about local fonts? If you're using a font that is installed locally on your computer and you need to share that font with another designer for consistency, in InDesign, you can package a document that can contain not only all the linked image elements, but also fonts. For example, if we come up to File and click Package, if we click on Fonts on the left, we will see the fonts included in the document. If we proceed to package the document, in the browser window, below we will have the option to click to copy and include the fonts. Upon export, if we navigate to the packaged folder, inside we will see a folder with the fonts. This will make it easy for another designer to acquire the document, the links and install the fonts so they too can use the document adequately. So those are all the key features you need to know when working with fonts in InDesign. Quite a lot to take in, but one of the most important things to know in order to style your text with ease. So now we're all clued up on how to use fonts. It's now time to move on to the next subject. So I'll see you in the next video.